Hello to all from Foggy Albion. Today my friend and I want to visit the city of Oxford. I think it makes no sense to tell you about it, since you know that it is one of the oldest cities in England. And today I want to see this city as whole, as well as those places that are associated with the Harry Potter movie and which were filmed in one of the Oxford University buildings. So let's start, let's go. My trip to Oxford started from the small town Evesham. In Italy I had problems to buy a train tickets as the station tickets office was closed on Sunday. My train arrived on the time and we boarded it. Who plans to return the same day back, I advise you to take two-way tickets so you can to save your money. Who did not buy a ticket in advance at the box office of the station or in the arithmetical machine, there is an opportunity to buy a ticket from the conductor. In my case, two-way tickets cost me at £80.50, and half an hour later and I arrived at Oxford. But what does Oxford represent itself? Oxford is one of the oldest cities in Britain, built in 1912. A cozy, well-groomed city with beautiful parks, neatly trimmed bright green walls. All this attracted Hitler, who planned to move the capital from London to Oxford after the conquest of England. A characteristic site in architecture is Gothic, the spires of temple of which are directed to heaven and God. So now let's get back to me. Upon arrival, I decided to go to the center, which is a 50 minutes drive from the station. Also, a feature of Oxford is approximately to London, only 90 kilometers, and many people choose bus tours from London here for a weekend. We are reached to the center, and the first things I went to was the Bodleian Library. At the checkout we began to choose from the proposed options the best that would satisfy me. I settled on the options of £9 for the 30 minutes tour. In short, we bought tickets to the Bodleian Library, and now in turn out we can go on excursion, but it will only be at 1 p.m. And now I'm heading to the Church of the Holy Virgin Mary. This is one of the visiting cards of the Oxford, including. And behind me it is the Redcliffe Rotunda. It is not impossible to get inside, but you can to walk nearly. St. Mary Cathedral is located nearly the Bodleian Library, and I had time to enjoy the beauty of the city. And now I would like to say a few words about the cathedral. St. Mary Church is the largest parish church in the city, and the center from which Oxford University has grown. Built in the Gothic style, the temple rises to 58 meters. Inside, the church looks beautiful and well groomed. There is nothing extra. Couple for the students were held within the walls of the temple, as well as awards at the end of the season. But I came to the church not only for the Gothic architecture, but also for the observation deck to which I'm now heading. The entrance ticket cost £5 and you can buy a ticket at the entrance to the church from the side of Rotonda Redcliffe. My long ascent was crowded with success, and I had a beautiful view of the city. A little disappointed that the observation deck is very small. It is practically impossible for two people to miss each other there. Here is such incredible view from the roof of the Church of the Saint Virgin Mary. It's really cool here. Pay £5 and you won't regret it. I think everyone will like it, the view here, so I recommend it to everyone. It's worth it. And now I would like to say a few words about the Rotonda Redcliffe, which with its Italy style stands out against the grey Gothic architecture of the city. The Rotonda Redcliffe, it is the first round library built in the Baroque and the Italy Renaissance style. Consists of 3 levels and has many arched doors and windows. The Rotonda bears the name of the Redcliffe, the royal doctor and the graduator of the Oxford University and the patron of the arts. This place is really popular among the tourists, but only students with special passes can get inside. Well, now it's time to head to the Bodleian Library. The world-famous Bodleian Library is located in 5 buildings and has many branches and departments. In Italy, 4 main disciplines were taught here, which are displayed on the doors of the classrooms. This is physics, astronomy, music, morality and philosophy. And now it's time to go inside of the library. In these walls was filmed some scenes from the movie of Harry Potter. It's a funny fact, but the scientists were very unhappy when the library was occupied for 3 whole days by the cinema staff. At least 2 located were featured in the second part of the Harry Potter movie. A dining hall with an amazing beautiful hall and stunning arched ceilings. For the first time we met this hall as a hospital wings in the first film, and the second time in the Goblet of Fire when Professor McGonagall taught the Gryffindors how to dance. At a usual time, ordinary students took exam here in Latin and in the presence of a commission. After the library, I decided to walk around the central part of the city and eat some delicious sushi in Japanese store. Then I went to the Natural History Museum. Before you go to this museum, register for it a day before you visiting, as only a certain number of people are allowed in during the day. The visit of this museum for me was free. The museum attracted me by the fact that there is an impressive collection of dinosaurs here. Tyrannosaurus, Brachiosaurus, raptors, pterogons and many others. It is a pleasure to wander around in this museum and take interesting shots. For me personally, this museum has become a small analogy of the British Museum in London. And so I finally visited the Museum of National History, and I can share my impressions with you. The museum is really cool and interesting, and finally I was able to see the dinosaurs live. Since last year I didn't get to visit a similar museum in London because I messed up, but this time was fine. The next stop on my list is the Oxford Castle. In the oldest day it was the meeting place for nobles as well as a variety of events for the inhabitants of the city. I decided to visit the hill near the castle. From the high it looks like this. I was very lucky that day because there was an after show of various retro cars. They are reconstructed and take care of them as if they were their own child. For those of you who wish to visit the castle, you can to go for the 40-45. From the top of the hill offers a wonderful view of the city. Then I decided to go to the Botanic Garden. Oxford University is the oldest garden in the UK and one of the oldest scientific gardens in the world. The garden was founded in the 1621 as a physical garden where plants were grown for medical purposes. Today it contains 5,000 plants, species on the area of 1.8 hectares. The tickets to the park cost £6. And now I'm inside of the botanical garden. The place is really cool. The garden is over 400 years old. He's already celebrating his next birthday. And here it's really cozy and calm even in such cloudy weather. Here you can to relax, sit down and think about the life or not to think about anything. I like this garden, but it's time to move to Magdalen College. Incredibility, beautiful courtyard and atmosphere of one of the oldest buildings of the Oxford University. There is even a church within the walls of the college. and in this courtyard, if my memory served me, they filmed Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Here, Gary told Cedric how to solve the riddles associated with the task. For you to understand, I'm at the university, so I don't remember in which name, but absolutely free of charge. The thing was, I come out of the botanical garden and was thinking of going to another college. But it seemed that today all colleges are free of enter. And now I'm walking here, it's really beautiful here, and I'm really does not leave the feeling that some scenes from Harry Potter was filmed here. Finally, I decided to go to another college to look at the Gothic architecture. That day there was a repetition of the symphony orchestra on the college grounds. And that's all for me for today. Thank you for your attention, write the comments and see you soon. Bye.